Um, let's see. Gavi's still recovering. He's doing a very, very good job. Um, Now, little by little, it's starting to integrate himself in training. I'll say he's probably at 90%, probably 95%, and yeah, that's how we're looking.
You think Gabby could be back before the end of the season?
We're hoping so. We're hoping so. Let's see how much we can push, how much we put ourselves in a position to make the season as longer as we can, and that's going to give Gavi a bigger possibility to be with us.
You look at that last game, obviously, you put four players out there in Panos, Danny, Manu, and Darius. Looking back on it now, how do you think they played together? Therefore?
I think it was good. I think it's last game. I think we've made some mistakes on the way we wanted to do things, and I don't want to say too much because I'm pretty sure we might be able to see them again. But there were things that we were doing that were incorrect, and I don't think it was about, I mean, individual players being with each other, or them having lower notes. I'll put it on me. I'll put it on the way that we decided to play, and on the tactics that we utilize more than in the individuals or the collective. These are very, very good players. These are players that if you add up all the goals that they have scored this year, you have a lot of goals together, you have a lot of assists together, and when you put those things on the field, it helps out.
I'll ask you about that. Obviously, Manu and Danny are having a record-breaking season, fourth most goals scored by a duo in US history. How important has that been to your recent success and rise up the table?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. The collective for the collective of the team, but also individually for them, has been great. When you have players in your team that they're having good seasons, that they feel confident, that they fit to the way we want to play, and then also they can be successful on their own. It's key. It's important. It's very, very difficult to have a player with those amount of goals, and we just don't have one. We have two. So that speaks high volumes of who both of them are, individually, and how much they work in order to be able to achieve what they have achieved so far, but also speaks high volumes of the collective and the teammates that they have around them. How hard we all work, not just to reach individual goals, collective goals, but also to help the player next to us. That's equally as important for us.
That's both of their best seasons ever statistically, most goals scored. How have the club put them in a position to succeed?
I just think the idea has been clear since day one. And day one, I don't consider day one the first day that we all showed up and they laced up and they trained. Day one to me with every player is the day that we picked up the phone and called them. When I picked up the phone, I was on the phone with them and I asked them, what would you want to be interested to come to Phoenix? What are your individual objectives? And I explained then to them who we are, what do we represent, and why do we do things the way we want to do them, and also then what are the collective goals that we wanted to achieve this year. If all of those things align, then it was an extra check mark, and that was day one for us. So since day one, the character piece has been spotless. The hungerness that they had to come in, and then obviously when you connect the tactical piece and then the technical ability that they have, it's all the check marks. So since day one, they've been important. Since day one, it made sense. The piece of the puzzle fit to the full puzzle, and we've been very, very happy. But we're not done, and they're not done yet, and they're not satisfied, which is the most important thing.
When you look at the midfield, obviously you've got Renzo, you've got Carlos, you've got Jose. You're only realistically putting two of them out there. What's going into the decision making behind who's playing?
It's difficult for me. And then if we add Carlitos Anguiano, now Emil Cuello played on the base for 10 minutes last game, and he did a very good job. Danny Cruzten has played in the base for us as well. So I just don't have three. I have probably six players that can play in that position and do a very good job. That's also come from day one. When we're drawing the team, the vision that we have for this year, there was that, is to be able to have a team that has 21 starters, that has players that can compete, and also then players that understand the different role that they may have on any given week, and that's part of it. It gives us a tactical flexibility. It gives us the ability to transform, but without losing identity, which is one of the most important things for us. And the biggest and most important piece is that there's healthy competition. They compete with each other every single day, and they understand that whenever we make decisions, those decisions need to be respected. And the first role after that decision is made is to support the teammate. That's key for us, and we have that. As you've seen, and this is not on the base, but it's in different areas of the field. In the last two games, players that have come off the bench have been the ones that have scored important goals for us. So that is important. That is very, very important, and we can only create that by competition, by clear roles, clear understanding of expectations, and also making sure that we have a healthy culture in the locker room where the team captains are helping us a lot with that.
Hola Juan, ¿nos puedes hablar un poco acerca de Nuevo México este fin de semana? Ellos están en una pelea para llegar a la postemporada y ustedes están peleando por un juego en casa. Entonces, ¿qué se necesita este sábado para ganar?
Sí, partido importantísimo. Nuevo México, a mí me parece que los respeto mucho. Es un buen equipo que tiene un buen planteamiento y funcionamiento de juego, tiene muy buenos jugadores, tiene jugadores que han sido exitosos en la USL en años anteriores, tienen jugadores que entienden lo que es esta liga, lo que es la USL, y también tienen jugadores que estuvieron acá el año pasado. Entonces es un componente individual y colectivo que va a ser un partido muy interesante para nosotros. Lo afrontamos con muchísima responsabilidad, nosotros pensando en nosotros y en lo que tenemos que hacer para poder conseguir 3 puntos que nos mantengan en la pelea de poder conseguir un partido de playoff en casa, que es el próximo objetivo que queremos lograr.
¿Nos puede hablar acerca de Mil Cuello? Los últimos 2 partidos ha jugado muy bien saliendo de la banca. ¿Lo ve usted saliendo como en el 11 inicial o todavía es su rol ayudar desde la banca en la segunda mitad?
Es que, Ramón, tenemos a 19 jugadores que a todos los puedo ver como titulares. Entonces, a mí siempre lo voy a ver como un jugador que puede salir desde el inicio. Tanto él como otros compañeros que están haciendo las cosas muy bien. Lastimosamente, la realidad es que solo pueden empezar 11 y solo podemos vestir a 18. Entonces, ya va de parte nuestra cómo podemos plantear un partido en el cual empecemos de la manera que queremos empezar, pero también podamos terminar el partido en una manera fuerte y como queramos terminar en casa. Entonces, mira, Emi es importantísimo para nosotros, ha hecho las cosas muy bien, no solo desde la parte cuando le toca entrar al partido, sino también cómo se entrena durante la semana y qué hace cuando no está jugando. Para mí es muy importante eso, es qué está haciendo el jugador cuando no empieza a titular. ¿Qué está haciendo el jugador cuando no entra en los 18? Si tenemos un jugador que únicamente nos va a aportar cuando sea titular, únicamente nos va a aportar cuando está en los 18, para mí eso no alcanza, para mí eso no basta. Y te puedo asegurar que tenemos a 23 jugadores que aportan en todo momento.
Última pregunta, viendo a las estadísticas de gol, el equipo de Phoenix anota 30% de sus goles en los últimos 10 minutos del juego. ¿Qué dice eso del equipo y cree que a veces se espera mucho el equipo para reaccionar en los últimos minutos, para conseguir un resultado?
No creo que esperen para reaccionar al final. Pueden ser muchas variantes, puede ser la variante física. A lo mejor nuestro equipo físicamente aguanta 90 minutos a un ritmo un poco más alto y cuando los otros equipos se empiezan a cansar, nosotros mantenemos el mismo ritmo. Puede ser una variante que al final los equipos vienen para acá o cuando juegan contra nosotros los últimos 10, 15 minutos de partido se cierran un poco y nos entregan más el campo y la pelota para poder nosotros ganar metros y estar más cerca del arco de ellos. Puede ser suerte, puede ser muchísimas cosas. Lo que sí te puedo garantizar es que nosotros hacemos planteamientos de partido para salir a ganar el partido desde el minuto 1. Y siempre ha sido así. No somos un equipo que queremos esperar 70 minutos para después ir a buscar el partido. Nosotros empezamos a buscar el partido el día lunes en los entrenamientos y esa es la identidad que tenemos y hemos querido adoptar desde el día 1. También la realidad es que, mira, tienes un equipo que no se rinde, tienes un equipo que va a luchar hasta el final, pese a cualquier circunstancia o situación, y eso para mí es importantísimo.
Seeing the team's success this year, what key adjustments the coaching staff and players make in order to address the disappointment of missing out on the playoffs last year, and what do you sort of attribute that turnaround to?
It's a lot of work, not a lot of sleep, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of hard decisions, resiliency, a lot of belief, and most importantly, a lot of love for for the players, for the staff, for the organization, and sense of belonging. It's been a lot of work. Like I said, we're not done yet. We have a check mark in one of the objectives that it was a must, and we're not done yet. We're even hungrier than before. We have more ambition than before. The players and the staff feel very confident, but we also are very humble to understand that there's a lot of good teams this year in the USL. There's a lot of good coaches, a lot of good players, and we need to make sure that we keep on pushing until the end. That we don't take our foot off the pedal. That we make sure that we make every game count, every week count, and I think that's been our success. Is taking one game at a time, not looking too far, and making sure that we can be at our best on Mondays, and then we just think one game at a time.
Are there any specific moments or turning points in the season that you kind of noticed or believed that were crucial in sort of securing this playoff spot?
Losing 4-0 in Sacramento. I think that was the day that we could have gone one side or the other, and the team made the decision to go the route that we were expecting to go. I think when things are going well, when you're winning, everything is easier. It's easier for the players. It's easier for myself as a coach. It's easy for the staff. When things don't go well, is when you have to coach more. When things don't go well, is when you have to be more resilient. When things don't go well, is when you have to support, but also make sure that you can challenge players. When things don't go well, is the day that you need to take a step forward and say we're here. It's not like you're going to take a step back and you're going to hide. And I do think that after that game in Sacramento, we took a step forward and we didn't hide. We said we're here and we understand this happened, but this is not who we are. So if you ask me, that was a crucial point in the season, and the team reacted just like we were expecting them to react.
So I know you guys still have 2 games left to focus on before the playoffs even come, but what can fans and supporters expect to see from the team in the playoffs, both in terms of style of play and the team's overall approach in these upcoming matches?
Is that I don't know about the playoffs. All I'm thinking is New Mexico. So I can guarantee you that we're going to put a team together on the field that the fans feel proud of, that reflects the identity of our people, that reflects the identity of our supporters. A team on the field that when people come watch us play at home, they can go home happy and feeling proud and feeling well represented. A team on the field that when people are watching it from home, they can feel the same way. We have a group of players of 21 individuals that are new to this organization, and in only 9.5 months, all of them have learned who we are. All of them have learned to love the club, have learned and understand the responsibility that they have, and most importantly, they feel sense of belonging. That takes a lot of time, and to be able to create that in a short period of time, like it is only 9 months with so many new players, it hasn't been easy. But also, listen, the support of the supporter groups, of the fan base, the support of the organization where things were not going well or were not going as well or as fast as we expected has been key to this whole process. So at the end of the day, it's something that we've done together. It hasn't only been the technical staff, the coaches or the players or the organization. The supporters are very well involved in this. So this is a project that involves all of us, and we just got to keep pushing together, man, because we're not done yet. We still got 2 games plus the playoffs.
Juan, ¿cómo se siente a tener 2 jugadores en tu equipo en el top 5 league scores en la USL?
Bien, se siente muy bien, me siento muy feliz por ellos, porque como lo he dicho 1000 veces, desde el día 1 han trabajado para esto, no ha sido una coincidencia, más bien es algo que hemos visto desde el día 1 que han ido a buscarlo, no es algo que ha venido a ellos. Creo que se lo merecen, y lo que más me gratifica y lo que más me alegra por ellos es que son jugadores que piensan en el colectivo también. Son jugadores que obviamente individualmente quieren lograr cosas importantes, pero que también entienden que sin el colectivo no pudiesen lograr esas cosas. Entonces, para mí, los dos son un ejemplo. Los dos son jugadores importantísimos en la plantilla, dentro y fuera del campo, y son jugadores cruciales para lo que queda de año.
¿Tu relación con los dos cómo ha crecido?
No, increíble, pero desde el día uno siempre hemos tenido una relación de amistad, pero una relación también de que nos exigimos los unos a los otros. Me gusta tener jugadores que nos puedan exigir a nosotros como entrenadores, que nos pongan a pensar, que todos los días cuando lleguemos y tengamos que entrenar, tengamos que nosotros también estar en nuestro mejor momento para poder rendirles a ellos, porque al final del día el jugador no es el único que debe rendir, el entrenador también. Entonces, cuando tú tienes una relación así con los jugadores en las cuales se pueden exigir mutuamente, se pueden hablar con respeto, con honestidad y con claridad, para mí es importantísimo y ayuda también al crecimiento personal del jugador, del entrenador y también al crecimiento colectivo del camerino.
As you look at New Mexico, they got that win at the Louisville last weekend. What do you think they did well in that game?
Oh, it was a good game for them. It was a very good game for them. I think, listen, the way they were set up, the way that how compact their block was, how organized they were, how quickly they were in transition. It's New Mexico is a good team. If you name me, I couldn't name you a bad team in the USL. I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't be that disrespectful. I don't think I'll be that dumb either, because then I'll be the next coach that loses the next game versus that team. But that's the league that we're in. Every team is a good team. Every team is important. Every team can beat any team on any given day, and this is why I love this league so much. So New Mexico, yes, they're going through a bit of a turbulent moment, which is normal. There was a coaching change halfway through the year. Halfway through the year, 2-3 new players arrived, so that creates a bit of turbulence sometimes in the locker room. But listen, I think they little by little they're finding their way. They're finding a consistent starting lineup and a consistent shape. And listen, I have a feeling that they're going to finish strong. But if you would have asked me after we lost to them in Open Cup that they were going to come to us with 2 games to go, and we still have the opportunity to clinch, or to not to clinch, to get a home playoff spot playing versus one of our biggest rivals, I would have said yes, this is great. So I think there's a big motivation for us to be able to have them here on Saturday night. I think it's going to be a very good game. I truly hope that the fan base shows up like they have been in the past, that we put in a very good performance that they could feel proud of, but also that the fan base, when they support the supporter groups, that they understand that they're playing the game with us. It's not 11 versus 11. It has to be 8,000 of us versus 11 of them. And that's the environment that we want to create on Saturday night, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do so.
You look at the news from the weekend as well, Sacramento fielding a 13-year-old out there. What were your thoughts on that?
I don't know the player. I saw a few minutes of the game, and the first few touches that the kids took, they were good. So at the end of the day, listen, if the coaching staff in Sacramento decided that it was a time for the player to step on the field and play, good. I don't look at age when I'm looking at players. I don't look at size. I don't look at color. I don't look at names or anything. All I look at is, can they perform? Can they come in and contribute? And also, when they come in, can we provide for them a path for growth and development? And I'm pretty sure Mark saw all of those things in Sacramento. This is not the first time that he's played a young player on the field. I know this is the first time that it's this young, and it's a bit shocking. But at the end of the day, if the kid can do it, why not?